like, nope, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It's frozen.
That was an interesting rendition of the national anthem on guitar. And now we're going to watch as the color guard gets ready to march off the field.
There you go, CJ.
How about a round of applause for Jason Morales Ramirez?
There goes the color guard. Always appreciative when they come out, the veterans. Roseville now is going to get set up here. Just waiting for some last-minute instructions. And there you see the Raiders.
Umpire Brian Rodo.
I'm not certain who's going to kick off to start, but we'll see that momentarily.
Joe Oliver, back judge William Bean. Officials play an important role in every contest to keep our events fair, safe, and fun. Without officials, we cannot have games.
Just waiting for the officials.
For their efforts,
Huddled down there in front of our handheld camera where Derek is having a little chat before they split up and go to their respective locations.
Appreciation throughout the game by displaying great sportsmanship to the officials and the student athletes. Thank you.
So there you see Roseville huddled down to the right. Getting themselves all set here. Let's see who will kick off to start. Looks like it's going to be Forest Lake to kick. So kicking for the Rangers is Lubavitch. Asher Lubavitch, he's a senior. He does both the kicking and the punting duties.
Lubavitch. Back for the Raiders, number 7, Javon Miner. Number 11, Samuel Jonathan Mayo.
Just waiting for the whistle. There you see Lubavitch give the sign. Kind of a short kick, picked up at about the 12-yard line. Brings it out to about the 25, so Roseville will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Number 11, Samuel Mayo on the carry. Tackled by number 33, AJ Egerstrom. Roseville first down.
So we have split close to the sideline. We have Jacob Wolf to the right. Miner up the center, but he's met immediately. Barely back to the line of scrimmage, if that. So, in fact, he's actually lost a yard. That's going to bring up a 2nd and about 11.
Howie Johnson. 2nd down Raiders.
Okay, looks like we have Zoomer coming to the right and Wolf to the left. Miner in the backfield. Kellen under center. Good. Hood in motion, pitch to Miner. Trying to find some room, he gets past. Gets about to the 30, out past the 35-yard line. So picks up a Raider first down. And if we could maybe take a quick look at that. Here we go. See the pitch to Miner. Gets a block. before it gets knocked out of bounds. So,
Yeah.
so we're up to about just shy of the 35-yard line.
Hey, it's all good, CJ. It's all good.
Again, Wolf to the left, Zoomer to the right. Hood and Miner in the backfield. Hand off to Miner. Gets a block. Gets up to about the 40. Pickup of about 5.
Another run by number 7, Javon Miner. Tackled
Take a
by
quick
the
look.
Raiders, number 7, Hunter.
And they receive the
Hannigan.
pitch. Gets a block.
Anagraph.
Gets up just shy of the 40. Maybe about the 39-yard line. So that brings up a 2nd and 6. Wolf left, Zoomer to the right. Little keeps it, throws. Nice keeper, but for no gain. Threw it out to number 19 for Roseville. That was Campbell.
Connor Campbell. Tackle on the play by number 3, Connor
Take a quick
McLean.
look.
Brings up.
Little kept it, nice.
Raider 3rd down.
But that was sniffed out right away. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. It looks like Kellen came in with a play. Looks like they're overloading, bringing both Zoomer and Wolf to the left. In motion, that was Campbell. In the shotgun, little to throw, and he's going to get taken down. Loose ball. And it looks like Forest Lake recovers.
Fumble recovery.
So we'll take a quick look. So the Rangers will take over deep in Roseville territory. Little back to throw. Doesn't find an open receiver, loses the ball. And Forest Lake just kind of scoops it in. So the Rangers, their first series will start on the Roseville, I want to say, 28-yard line. So to the near sideline, that's 29. That's Savageau. Connor to throw. Oh, wide open. Touchdown. Forest Lake. That went to Westman. So a nice toss from Johnson to Westman. The receive. Gets a good block. Wide open.
Touchdown.
So the Rangers score early here.
For the Rangers, number 66.
And Lubovic is going to set up for the extra point. And it's up. And the ball is good.
Kick is up.
So he's a perfect 17 of 17 on extra points. So Roseville gives up a costly fumble. And the Rangers score first. But that was a great play from Johnson to Westman for the Rangers. And there you see the Roseville receivers. Going out to receive that is going to be number 11 Vale for the Raiders. And Javon Miner in the back.
Back for the Raiders. Number
So
7,
Lubovic will again kick off.
On the kick for the Rangers, number 66.
So Miner and Vale deep to receive for the Raiders. Low kick, picked up by Vale, and he gets nowhere. So the Raiders will take over at pretty close to their own 15-yard line. Just under 8:50 remaining here in the first quarter.
Kick off by Samuel Vale, number 11.
But Roseville had kind of a tough time initially with the Ranger front four there. And Kellen Little's not much, doesn't normally pass a lot, and all of his receivers recovered. So that was kind of a tough break. Hopefully they can make an improvement here coming out. Wolf to the left, and again, Zoomer right, Miner in the backfield, and Kellen under center. And he's up the middle, basically nowhere. Looks like that might have been, I want to say that could have been Hood with that.
Number 14, Quentin Hood on the
That was Hood.
tackled by number 92,
Gets out just
Carlos
past the 15 to maybe ball spot about the 17-yard line. So that bring up a 2nd and 7. And there you see Kellen coming in with the ball. Hopefully with a play. So we have Zoomer now to the left. Off to the right, might be looking to pass. Hand off to Miner, looking for a hole, nothing there, and he swarmed.
It's going to lose him about 3. Actually, they're going to give him forward progress to about the 21. So it'll be 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9, and looks like Raiders are going to keep most of the backs in, not bringing in a ton of wide receivers. Okay, we get one late sub, another wide receiver coming in. All right, Raiders come up to the line.
All right. Oops. Welcome, Ranger fans.
Okay, welcome, Rangers.
All right, so we got to do a quick start over because I screwed it up at the very beginning starting the audio. We were using the audio from the feed and not the audio out of our audio board for the whole entire broadcast so far. Week 2 of technical difficulties. Again, it's a lot easier when we're at home and we're running our own equipment.
Well, it's also a lot easier when Paul is running equipment for us.
Correct. Quick introduction. I'm Noah Koss, as always.
I'm Joel Geist.
Beside me, as always, Joel Geist. We've had a great game so far. We've been announcing for the first half of the first quarter, and you guys have not heard any of it.
All right, so just to recap. Blocked punt, and looks like the Rangers
Touchdown
are
Rangers.
Going to get it in for a touchdown there.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if they could advance that, but
we got to catch everybody up real quick. You'll notice there's a little bit of a difference to the broadcast tonight. We're very gracious that Raider TV has allowed us to use their video stream so you guys can watch it live on Lakes area. We're giving them a ton of credit for everything.
Yep. And
I'm taking credit for our mistake. And we are sharing a booth with them tonight. So we're trying not to cross audio paths.
Yes,
and,
so we are definitely trying to keep it a little bit quieter than our normal broadcast. And that is just because we are in the same booth and in the same room as the Raiders broadcast. So.
Yeah. So I just got a text saying that's better, so we should be good now. Rangers are having a great game, and we've been here the whole time.
All right, so just a little recap for you. We had Westman on a 30-ish yard touchdown.
Yeah.
And then also just recently, which we were here for, but a great punt block by Jack Thill, and then who was it? Nate Schleif that ran it in. Not sure.
I believe I'm seeing.
But
I was looking at the replay there. I don't. Yeah.
Either way, so Rangers up 14-0. Also, we can go back into great game that we had last week against Egan, since we can recap.
Yeah, we got to recap every. We got to start the whole broadcast over.
So we had a great win against Egan last week.
2-0 against ranked opponents, which I said 20 minutes ago.
2-0 against ranked opponents, and now Forest Lake has become the ranked opponent right now. We are ranked number
Number
9. Egan falls to 10, and our previous ranked opponent, Stillwater, falls out of the top 10.
Lubavitch with his first kick out of bounds the whole season. It looks like they're trying to get it side to side and let the kickoff team
will say
get
that
down
there
there?
is a stiff wind.
There is a
from
very stiff
left
wind.
to right. Left to right. I was golfing in it all day today, and
It's a
that
terrible
wind,
day for golf.
That wind was absolutely ridiculous today. And so if these kicks get high, this field is kind of in a bowl. So like about 20 feet, 30 feet and below, there's not a ton of wind, but if you get above that 30-foot mark, you are really getting into some wind. So that's going to wreak havoc on punts, kicks, also any long bomb passes that it's really going to start to affect it.
Tell that to Connor Johnson and DJ West.
Right. But that was more of a dart.
Little pitch out to Minor. Minor is going to be getting a majority of the carries for Roseville tonight. He is their stud running back, and with 900 rushing yards.
He's been very, very shifty, and has eluded some tackles.
He's almost at 1,000 yards.
Howie Johnson has had his number and has ran him down twice, got a tackle for a loss, and then ran him down from the backside twice so far. So there has been a good job by the Ranger Wrecking Crew, keeping him bottled up for the most part.
Here we go. Little under center, fakes the handoff to the fullback, going right
Jack
side.
Phil
there to make initial contact, and a host of the Ranger Wrecking Crew brings him down. Gain of 5.
That's all you're looking for from your outside linebacker and stuff. Just, hey, you don't have to make the tackle on the big running back or the guy that's really hard to bring down. But when you do make contact, hold him up a little bit so all your friends can come along and help you bring him down.
I really like this defensive scheme that we are running with having Phil coming off one side, and then we got Colin Christensen on the other. Just bracketing.
Well, and this is kind of a little bit different again because last week we ran a 4-man front. And Stefan Lachak came in. This time we're running 3, and we're bunching 2 linebackers up, and also got
false start. Laundry on the field. Back him up. 3rd down and 10.
I'll credit that one to I think it was Landon Hall
that started the A-gap blitz there. I think it was
44.
Yeah. Tony Klesk.
Yeah, Klesk. He showed blitz at the last second, and that kind of probably caused a
threw
little
him off
bit
the
of that.
mojo.
Yeah, threw off a little bit of that. Is he coming now? Do I have to cover the A gap?
God, it's a lot easier to have technical difficulties and be at the game. Little on 3rd down drops to pass, takes a shot from Howie, and depending on the spot, they're going to give it to him. 1st down.
Good job by
Little
Leo.
took a shot and got up slowly.
Good job by Leo Meyer there, though. He definitely went for the ball. Tried to strip it out. It was pretty good coverage, but it was also a good pass, good catch. I mean, you're not going to stop everything, but pretty good job there by Leo Meyer.
Howie caught Little with his arm up, got him right in the ribs. Definitely shook him up a little bit. I think he might think twice about dropping back for a play that takes that long the next time.
That's the other thing, you get in, you get this extra pressure, and now they're switching sides. So, once again, Forest Lake is switching up their looks and trying to. It looks like Little on the.
It's Minor.
Or Minor. Yeah.
Minor trying to get to the right side, thrown out of bounds by the Rangers. Gain of a couple.
But last couple of weeks, the defense has been solid at changing fronts, changing up formations right at the front line, also within 5-10 seconds of when the ball is snapped. So, they never really know what's coming. So, like, it's something that maybe took them a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks to get down in the game. And now that they're implementing it regularly, it's made a huge difference in this defense.
Yep. No, our defense has played a lot more steady the past couple of weeks than we did early in the season. Little on second down and 7 to go. Out of the shotgun, drops to pass. Thill coming, set up screen, thrown into the dirt, incomplete. So now that'll bring up 3rd and, what would you say, right on the edge of medium and long.
Yeah,
3rd and 7.
36 and a half-ish. Yeah, it's this is the down and distance that makes it a little bit difficult for opposing offenses, just because
Most of the time you don't have a whole lot of time back there.
I mean, it's either a pitch out wide, or you're going to have to throw it. But like a run up the middle is not really gonna get you much when there's the defensive front that the Ranger Wrecking Crew has thrown at you lately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Raiders, though, having a pretty good season so far. 3 and what is their record this year? 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which the past couple of years has been pretty good. Rangers come up big on 3rd down, stop them for a gain of maybe 2.
It's Ethan
We'll
Lashinsky on the
see
coverage
what the
there.
Raiders decide to do. But like I was saying, 3 and 4, even though it's not necessarily a winning season by any means, it's definitely better than they have played the past few years.
Well, you start moving in the right direction, and I will say one thing that is a little bit different than the previous years is the amount of kids on the sidelines.
Yep.
So definitely more kids playing, coming out,
And the size of the players.
right? And the size of the players. So that means that just
You're
means
getting
that your program is getting a little bit more known. High snap on the punt,
Nearly
almost
blocked by
blocked
Howie again. McPhee will drop and fair catch at the 10. Maybe should have let that one go over his head.
I don't know, that it looked like it was kind of gonna die.
Yeah.
It's one of those end over end that kind of
There was a gunner down there that may have been able to corral that one at the 2.
right. I mean,
So now the Ranger offense has to drive almost the length of the field. We'll see how this offense does against this Raider defense for the first time. Really all night.
well, I really am looking, especially up 14-0. I'm really looking for a lot of Jerkovich tonight. He should be getting plenty of carries. He was kind of ignored a little bit last week.
Johnson throws
Oh,
seam. He's got
Renfield.
Renfield across the 50 and brought down at the 41 of the. I mean, the Rangers are seeing something in that offense and trying to expose it.
Well,
And thus far they have.
That's the second time. That's the second time they've got that linebacker to bite that was out there on the coverage.
Well, he had Westman open on the other side of the field too.
Right, but that specific linebacker was in, and he threw a fake. He threw a play action, and I mean they're definitely biting. The Rangers are coming out a lot more
Johnson
aggressive.
might throw for 350 tonight if this keeps up. Quick pass out to Westman. Tries to run before he has possession of the ball. Incomplete.
This is
That was a pretty good stat line for Johnson going into that play there. 2 for 2,
I mean,
touchdown, and 100 yards.
This is kind of what I was talking about. What was it when we played Woodbury? When we played Woodbury.
Were we in
preparing
the bunker?
Yes, we were
Okay.
in the bunker. We were.
Was
We
I
might be
fixing
throwing-
audio stuff?
Yes, we might be throwing. We might be throwing some. Throwing in some plays that
Towards
we
the
don't
end.
normally run,
Yeah.
just so we can have them polished for the playoffs. You can run
Well,
plays in
and-
practice. You can run plays in practice all the time, all you want. But if the opposing coaches know what you're kind of running as far as formations, it doesn't really show you real game scenario when you practice those plays in practice. Where here, hopefully you can get some reps in on those specific plays. Ooh,
Johnson on 3rd down, throw it to Westman. It's going to be close and depend on the spot.
looks like they're going to give him a first down.
I think they're going to give it to him.
I am not going to say that was not.
No, they're going to give him the first.
that was a very generous spot.
Well, let's see. Let's see. We got the replay here.
Because
where he caught the ball
he did not cross.
No, I don't think he caught. That was a good spot. Good spot for us.
Definitely a good spot. It was probably about a yard.
First and 10. Let's see what Johnson has whipped up here. With Jerkovich beside him, he puts Westman in motion. Handoff, Jerkovich left side, breaks a couple of tackles, spins in, and will be taken down. Gain of 5 on the play. And it'll be second down and 5 to go for the Rangers. Second 10, Rangers are driving. We started this drive on the 10-yard line, our own 10-yard line, and have drove the field so far in 4 plays.
Yep, I'm feeling something going to Durago here pretty soon.
Johnson keeps himself right side, has a hole. He's going to pick up the first down and a couple of more, move into the red zone. Rangers have been pretty darn good in the red zone so far this year.
Well, I mean, the other thing is Johnson has been really good in the RPO and seeing holes up the middle. I'm not sure about the averages, but I'm going to say he's at about 4.5, 5 yards a clip up the middle, just for his up the middle RPO plays.
Johnson, I guess up the middle, I don't have that stat. Johnson looks to pass, throw, nobody there. He was looking for Renfield coming across the middle. But Johnson's currently sitting at 3.5 a carry. That doesn't take into what you were talking about.
It also doesn't take into
take into account sacks, though.
Yes, it does take into account sacks and also just like rolling out. And
when did Howie Johnson get the ball once? Because currently he's one carry. He's averaging negative 12 yards carry.
That was the bad snap on the punt.
Oh, that's true. Johnson takes the snap, handoff, Jerkovich up the middle. He's doing a better job of holding on to that ball, grinding closer to the 10-yard line, just on the outside of it now. Third down for the Rangers. And that's the end of the first quarter.
And right now, Forest Lake Freightliners not getting a whole lot of downfield movement abilities, but Stefan Lachak in there had a great game last week, and was playing both ways. That was when they were playing 4 defensive linemen, so he did a great job last week. Those up the middle plays, he is the reason why those up the middle plays are working really, really well. He's a great center that can get up to the second level linebackers and get a hat on them, and just so they're not coming in crashing on those backs from 5 yards deep. Yeah, and
quick, while the commercial is rolling right now, we'll say another thank you to Raider Sports, Raider TV,
absolutely,
for allowing us to use their stream tonight, so that you guys at home back in Forest Lake can actually watch the game instead of just having to listen to Joel and I try and paint a picture for you.
Right. Also, I don't have to do the video myself.
Yeah, that's also always a bonus.
My back appreciates not having to do this, and also lean over to run a camera and then lean over and look at players' names, all while I'm trying to record. So once again, thank you to the Raiders Sports Network. Also, this has been the 3rd year. Is this the 3rd year?
Second year that they've let us do it.
Okay.
Fantastic crew up here.
Yes, fantastic crew here.
Johnson, out of the pistol, takes a snap, handoff. Jerkovich going right, uses his speed to try and get around the edge. Elbow goes down, though, right at about the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down and about 4 to go.
I don't know. I think I'd keep the offense on the field here.
Oh, yeah. No, with the way that they've been playing so far tonight, I keep the offense on.
Also, the wind.
Keep it rolling.
The wind is a factor.
And the nice thing, the one thing I will say about the wind is if there's going to be a positivity to the wind, it's blowing north-south, not east-west.
Well, it's blowing
Currently.
It's blowing east-west. Or, yeah, north-south.
Yeah, so
it's
neither team really has
right.
an advantage of going with the wind. Johnson finds Renfield down to the 5 grinding. Is it going to be a first?
That's going to be a first down, yep.
First down,
That's
Rangers.
Be,
first and goal from the 5.
About a 9-yard gain.
Kept the legs a-turning.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
It's a great play action.
Again, if you're just tuning in, we'll also say that the audio is a little low tonight. We're sharing the booth with Raider TV, who were gracious enough to let us use their stream. So we are trying to be respectful of their audio space. Jerkovich inside the 5.
Up the middle.
Does the first guy ever take him down?
Usually not. I mean that one where he was on the outside, he almost got out of it, but his yards after contact are huge. I don't know. I'm looking at a run by Durago. I'm looking for a run by Durago.
I'm going to take Johnson right side following Mack into the end zone. Johnson out of the pistol, sends Westman in motion. Takes a snap, goes left, plowing forward into the end zone, touchdown Rangers.
Touchdown Rangers. And Noah's got the call tonight. Noah called it. I've had the call multiple
Yeah, but
times.
I said right side, so I can't take full credit on that.
Right.
I thought it was going to be. But I should have known that there's a decent amount of time that we also just will run Connor straight behind Mac going that way. So
yeah.
Lubavitch on to attempt the extra point.
And we will see if the wind is a factor here.
True. That snap, spot, kick, up.
Good.
And good.
I think
like
I think he tried to push it a little bit.
Yeah, it came close.
Just because of the wind. It was factoring into his head a little bit.
McPhee and Lubavitch seem to have made up since last week. I think that there was one or two of those tries that Lubavitch did not think Connor had the ball quite held correctly, which that's all up to kicker style, and that's the relationship between a kicker and his holder.
Laces out, Dan.
Laces out, Dan. But, yeah, there were a couple that he seemed not too happy about that and expressed it to Connor, and they look perfectly fine today. 3 for 3 on extra points.
Well, let's get that taken care of before the playoffs.
Yeah, especially that's when you do need that the field goal every once in a while. So interesting thing for the Raiders here, they swapped Minor over to the left side, to the side. Looks like they're favoring him to the side that the wind is blowing. So some strategy from Roseville. We'll see if Lubavitch tries to keep it away from him. I wouldn't doubt it. Lubavitch will kick off, and he does keep it away. Short kick.
Man fumbled.
And recovered by the Raiders. They're going to get their best starting field position of the night with the ball on the 26-yard line. That was number 5, Cameron Finney, on the recovery for the Raiders.
All right, and once again, if you're interested in 6A football, Minnesota High School Football Network.
He's at the Eastridge game tonight. Eastridge, Rochester, Mayo.
Okay.
They were at halftime before this game started. He said he might be making his way over here depending on how the game's going. Little under center. Handoff, Minor coming right side. Ranger wrecking crew there. Just a whole host of white jerseys.
Yeah. Tough to attribute a tackle when 3 guys all kind of hit him and all kind of
pull him down at once.
Yeah, but Landon Hall checks into the game and gets in on the tackle there. It seems like they're kind of running separate series with Landon Hall and Tony Klesk.
Second down and 6. Little under center takes a snap, quick handoff to the fullback. I like, he's doing a decent job of pulling and running and trying to carry out that fake, but from up here, I can clearly see where the ball's at this week. Right. Egan, it was a lot harder last week.
Yes. It was definitely difficult, and oddly enough, Egan's great ball fake abilities are kind of what...
Caleb disagreed with me after the game last week.
What did he disagree?
Saying that it was Egan's fault that whistle blew. Caleb said the ref needs to be better. I said I don't disagree, but at the same time, it's going to happen when you run that kind of offense.
Right. I'm a firm believer in, hey, you know what? If you're really good at faking people out, you might fake out the ref. And you know what? Yes, he's got to be better, but also you can't blame him if he's not.
Little under center takes a snap. Pulls it himself this time, trying to grind to the first down. I think he got it by a yard or two.
That was a good rugby scrum there by the Roseville offensive line just to get behind him and push forward.
Well, it looked like the running back had taken full possession of that one from the quarterback, and the quarterback basically just pulled him down, straight down the line of scrimmage with him.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. It was like a mesh that went bad, but then the quarterback just kept it and...
I think the running back finally realized I probably shouldn't have this ball right now. Tried to release it.
All right, so Ranger Wrecking Crew, this is kind of their bend but don't break area here. Usually...
Big stop incoming. Little. Handoff. Minor. Right side. Phil all over him. With a host of Rangers.
That's Landon Hall there also on the tackle, checking in on this series.
It's gonna be a loss of 3.
And this is the slow pace of the Forest Lake defense. They just lull you like, hey, we'll let you get 3, 4, 5, maybe 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5.
Maybe
and then all of a sudden,
first
and then all of a
here.
sudden we'll get 2 tackles for a loss in a row.
And it's fourth down and 25.
Down and 20 something.
Little under center. Fullback dive up the middle. Gets about 4 or 5. So it looks like this is how Roseville is going to try and counter the defense. Is the fullback dive has worked for a good 4 or 5 each time that they've ran it.
Fullback dive will work until we switch back into that 4-man front.
Correct. Yep. Or you just start keying on it with a linebacker.
Right. But I think you, like in this situation, if you were in the playoffs, I think I would swap to that 4-man front that we ran last week. It's something that like you may not have practiced it as much during the week as far as a game plan, but if you just ran it last week, you can run it this week. I mean,
yeah. 3rd down and long. Raiders look to pass, throw.
They're calling it a catch.
Wow, they're going to call that a catch? I didn't think he got his hands underneath it.
Let's take a look at that.
That'll be a 1st down for the Raiders.
Yeah, that looked like it bounced.
Well, we get another good look at it here before the next play, I believe. I can't believe they said he. And it was close. It was definitely close.
See, I think I don't know. We'll maybe pop that one back in. And Raiders get on the 1st down up the middle. That
fullback
that quick
again.
Fullback.
Here we go. We can go back to the last play
gap.
quick with a little bit slower motion. He might have gotten his arm underneath it.
He did pick it clean. Good catch. Good catch.
Give him his due. That was number 19, right? Connor Campbell.
Yeah.
Campbell. Connor Campbell.
Campbell, like Dan Campbell of the Lions. That we're gonna. Yeah.
All right. Ooh. Throw over the middle. Caught by the Raiders. Getting my
Ethan Lashinsky on the coverage. I would have liked to see Landon Hall recognize that it was a pass there. I would have liked to see him get his hands up instead of he kind of turned.
That was Campbell again with that reception. Just found that soft zone. That's the old Travis Kelce play. Get out there and find an open zone 10 yards downfield.
Right.
So here we go. Now we get to that bend, don't break. They're just on the outside of the red zone.
Yep.
Creeping in on the red zone. Ranger defense needs to get stout now. Fullback dive, and there you go.
And there's nothing doing.
Ranger wrecking crew bearing down.
Howie Johnson and H. Life in on the pile. Also Andrew Johnson, who has played well. Andrew Johnson, this is the one thing about this team. There was a lot of seniors that graduated last year that are no longer here, but there is a multitude of talent that's coming up, especially in the lower classmen, because Andrew Johnson is following the play early. We'll play as a sophomore and play a lot of minutes at that nose tackle position as a sophomore.
Here we go, 2nd down and 9. Little out of the shotgun, takes a snap, low snap.
Bringing the house.
Wing pass outside, nothing doing. Rangers there to converge. A.J. Degerstrom.
Yep, that's Degerstrom. He's been great on that outside linebacker spot. He's really come into his own the last couple of weeks. He's understanding his assignments a lot more than he did in the first couple of, I want to say the first 3 weeks. I was really looking for this linebacker crew to really start showing, and it's taken them a little bit, but they definitely have come into their own, and really on those outside screen plays and also those outside kick runs, holding the edge a lot better than they were the first couple of games.
Dang, I don't have the official score, unfortunately. Little takes a snap, rolls
Phil
right.
with a lot of pressure. Howie Johnson also running him down. Ooh.
And they are going to
get him a flag.
I think that was some. It looked like. Is it?
I mean, there was contact.
Is that Hanegraaff?
There was contact, but he did go down.
It looked almost like Hanegraaff was trying to check up and grab him. And
Hanegraaff was trying to pull up.
Stinks.
But I don't know. It could go on Howie Johnson or Hanegraaff, but both of them were trying to pull up. It was just you got 3 guys in the space of 2 yards. So, somebody's gonna hit somebody if they're all running towards each other at full speed.
Correct. Yeah, it just sucks that Hanegraaff's the one that ends up, in it. But now you got a quarterback that's semi-hobbled out there, coming out with a limp. 1st down and 10, ball right on the edge of the red zone. And the Rangers got to step up here. I was trying to say, you were talking about the sophomore team. Little under center. Takes a snap, handoff, Minor, nifty move to the left side, finds the sideline.
He is
out of
shifty.
bounds. You were talking about the sophomores.
Yeah.
And on Tuesday, I was on my way home and saw all the lights to the stadium on, pulled over. Turns out the sophomores were playing, so I went up and sat in the bleachers and watched a good portion of that game. They destroyed Andover.
Really?
And
Okay.
I'm excited to see a handful of the talent that is on that roster up here next year because they got some playmakers. They ran a hook and ladder for almost 60 yards, a touchdown. It was cool. It was good. It was a good game. Defense was amazing. I think they had like 8 or 9 sacks.
It's solid, especially against Andover, because Andover is definitely a sports-based academy.
Pitch out to Minor, right side. Rangers there to converge. Nothing doing.
Man.
McPhee was all over him from the start.
McPhee was all over him, and somebody else had him low, and he evaded him. Not sure.
It was
Jack
Phil
Phil.
originally, and McPhee just ran him down from behind.
But that's another thing right there.
Leo Meyer came up to
Tony
clean him up.
Tony Klesk moved out to the outside. Those linebackers are pursuing a lot better than they were previously, and that's one big aspect of this defense that's changed in the last 4 weeks or so.
I formation for Roseville, takes the snap. They're going to run it right side.
Nothing doing.
Out of bounds. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2. It's going to be 4th down and 2 to go. 4th down, 1 to go.
I would imagine Roseville's going to be going for this.
Well, and here you go. This is what we talked about. If the Raiders can get a stop here, this is the definition of the bend don't break offense that they've been playing
Rangers
for 3 years. Did I say Raiders again?
Yes.
I told you guys, you're going to have to bear with me. I guess they didn't get that at the beginning.
Portion.
I said that this is the one game I dread every year because I mix up Raiders and Rangers the entire game. I'm trying.
But
trying the best I
4th
can.
and about 3. Looks like they're going to have to get to about the 13-yard line to get a first down.
My bet is this goes Meyer wide side.
Yeah.
Little
Meyer
under
is
center.
definitely getting this ball. Timeout. They don't like the coverage. They don't like the look. Looks like they were crashing down, and it looks like that was a pitch called. They were definitely crashing the box, and that is not a good play to have a pitch called on.
So the Raiders trying to get a first down here and get on the board before halftime with 1:15 left. This is weird also trying to, we have to rely on our own stream scoreboard and we don't have a nice view of the scoreboard from where we're at in the booth. Lots of leaning around the corner to try and get to that one. Well, yeah. I think the Rangers, they can get a stop here. Gives us what, a 1:10?
Minute 10, yep.
I think that's enough time for another touchdown. We take it 28-0 into the halftime. There we go. Raiders still in their timeout huddle.
Yeah, I would imagine the play clock is going to be rolling here pretty quick.
We don't have an on-field play clock like we do at Forest Lake.
Yeah.
They're going to...
I don't know.
Wind up with a. They're going to try and line up quick.
I think they were winding it, so they
guessing
might have to.
Now this is going to be a fullback dive. No, they looked to pass, throw over the middle, incomplete.
And incomplete, and that's what it is. There it is. The bend but don't break. It was a good play call.
Campbell's had us all night.
He had a shot at a good reception. And pass was not bad. Just it was pretty good coverage, and you're not going to come down with everything.
It's funny when you have a ball go through your hands, and you have enough time to react before you get tackled.
Right.
It went through Campbell's hands, and while he was being wrapped up, he had his hands on his head, like, oh no. All right, we'll see how aggressive the Rangers now want to get in return.
I think we're just going to see a couple of runs real quick, and if one of them breaks it big, then and here's the option. Ooh,
Johnson.
Pitch behind. That's a
bad pitch, but Jerkovich makes the best out of the play and gains 5.
Great play. Don't do it again.
Correct.
No, that is one of the things. The option has been very successful. However, I believe that really has not bit us in the butt yet. But
Johnson looks to pass, steps up,
and
got away for a second, but is going to be sacked.
But I think that is going to come into play at some point. Somebody's going to see that and blow that thing up.
Yeah. Well, all we got to do is play another team that runs an option.
Right.
Like we did. Was it who was it?
Egan ran the triple option.
No. The team that had our Mounds View.
Yep.
Mounds View.
Ran the same speed option offense that we
Yes.
were doing, and they saw it coming from a mile away.
And that defense was amazing at the speed option.
Their offense was amazing at it, and then their
Yes.
defense was also equally as amazing as far as just stopping it. But here we go. So that'll take us into halftime. Rangers up 21-0 over the Roseville Raiders.
Also, we have 2 questions to ask you before. So not only if you could like and subscribe on our stream, if you are really happy that we have this broadcast, if you can head on over to Raiders TV, the Roseville Raiders stream, and also like that if they're on YouTube. If you could like them and give
Very
them
gracious hosts. Very.
they're it's a great time to be here every time, and these guys are great hosts every time. So nothing but a class act here over in Roseville. We will take a break here with the Rangers up 21-0, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes.
Sounds good.
right.
Welcome back, everybody.
We are back.
Talk about some first half highlights and adjustments. What do you got for me, Joel?
I
got one thing to say. Real
Okay.
quick. Observation.
Okay.
You know the one thing that Roseville's got us beat on right now?
What's that?
Not only do they have concessions down there, they got food trucks.
They do have food trucks.
Can you imagine a couple of food trucks pulled in over on the side of the field? That'd be fantastic.
Could you imagine a barbecue truck right there?
Barbecue truck, street tacos, mini
A little-
donuts.
Yeah, a little barbecue. Barbecue right before a game.
Go get a little bite to eat. Halftime. That'd be
Yeah.
fantastic. All right. Anyways,
Anyways,
a little
so
hungry.
what I think, we've seen some life from Roseville. The running back Minor, he's been Javon Minor. He's been absolutely just elusive.
yeah, he has been playing very well tonight.
And but I mean the Ranger wrecking crew has stepped up, and they're holding them to 3 to 8 yards a carry at max. So it's something that if you can bottle him up just a little bit, and also the way he runs it out wide. And that leaves themselves open for tackles for loss. So you're in that 2nd and 15, you're in that 2nd and 16 range where normally if you're running just those fullback runs, which they've been running quite effectively right up the middle, that's also something that we really need to counteract in halftime. And I would not be surprised. If we do see a little bit of that, four-man down lineman coming in the second half.
Yeah. No, I think the Rangers have been playing a great game so far. I think they just need to keep it up. I know that's a pretty easy take, but when you're up 21-0, something's working.
Well, I will say one thing about the Ranger offense is they've been efficient on their passing plays. So
They've had 2 drives, scored both times.
2 drives, scored both times. Also had the punt block, which was the other score.
Statistically, a punt block in general, but then a punt block for a score is a huge percentage swing in win percentage.
Absolutely.
I think it's something like 80. It's an insane. It's one of the most crazy sport stats as far as percentage like that. So that's huge. That's huge.
Also, pick six in that same area. One of those just
punt
huge,
or kick return.
Yeah.
It's a momentum play.
Huge playmakers. But one thing I think we're going to see in this second half, I think we're going to see a lot of the younger guys. This is the last regular season game. So
second half, yeah, for sure. If the Rangers come out and have a big third quarter like they've had the first half, I think we do start to get to see some of the younger kids come in.
I think if we put up another score, there's going to be a lot of people coming in.
Yeah.
Also, hey, we want those kids to be ready. We might need them for the playoffs.
This season potentially could go. I believe it's almost another 4 weeks potentially through playoffs. It's almost. State tournament weekend is like the weekend before Thanksgiving.
I'm looking for.
We'll know this year when we're playing there.
I'm looking for a couple of guys to come in and have a good game. AJ Wiley, he's a defensive lineman. I'm looking for him to come in. And Adrian Irish also. I would like to see.
McPhee on the return gets out to the right side, has a gap, and he's going to be out to the 40 before he's brought down.
And once again, we are trying to keep our volume down.
So if you missed part of it in the first half,
you did, I'll be able to tell you.
We are trying to keep our volume down because
106 watching.
The Raiders Sports Network has allowed us to come in and use their feed, and
we just have to share the booth
in their same booth. So we're trying to speak a little bit quieter so we don't have cross contamination with the audio.
Here we go. Johnson out of the pistol. Takes a snap, handoff, Jerkovich up the middle. He'll fall forward, gain a 3.
One thing, Durago, I have not seen a run from Durago yet today.
No, that boy be blocking today.
Yeah.
And he's doing a fantastic job of it on the outside.
All right.
He said in a few interviews that he really takes pride in his blocking, so that makes sense why they like him having out there.
Yeah, last week he had a...
Here he comes in motion, and there you go.
There we
Hand
go.
off Durago up the middle.
Up the middle, hard
Across
runs.
the 50, first down.
Hard runs. It's almost on cue. Thanks, Brad. Thanks for listening to me. Appreciate the play call.
You got a one-way headset with Brad down there?
Right. I
You
gave
call
him the
plays?
signals. I gave him the
I
signals.
had that headset in the first half when
Yes.
I told them what to run down at the goal line.
But getting back to it, Durago had a penalty on him last week, and he took that really, really hard. And I'm not
The
100%
next play was like
sure.
a 20-yard run.
Yes, he had angry runs for like 3 of his next runs. Oh, Jerkovich up the middle.
Through the middle makes a man miss.
Looks like that's going to be a face mask. I think he got his mask on the way down.
I'm trying to see what the referee is signaling. They don't signal anymore. They got their microphones. They just talk to each other.
Yeah, that's almost 100% a face mask.
Face mask. So that'll give us 15. And move us up. Here we go. Here we go.
All right.
First down for the Rangers. Ball will be spotted at about the 24-yard line. Now we got to start to lean out the window here so we can see what's going on. Johnson with Jerkovich to his left. Westman in motion, takes a snap, handoff Westman coming left side. He's got some blocks out there. Unfortunately, Savageau just not able to get in the way long enough.
Yeah, Savageau seemed to want to turn him rather than just let him go the direction he was going to go. If a lot of times that's what an offensive lineman doesn't really like. You may not be bigger, you may not be stronger, but hey, if you're leaning a certain way, if I'm good at looking at seeing which way you're leaning and just push you that way, most of the time you can get right by him without having to be stronger, bigger, stronger.
Oh, it's Samuel Vale making a nice tackle on Westman there on the last play. Westman in motion again. Handoff, Durago up the middle, makes a man miss.
Oh, that
Across
could be
the 10,
gone.
5, touchdown, Rangers
Ooh.
into the end zone.
A little hit in the end zone.
I think Durago didn't see him out of his peripheral, thought he was across the goal line, and then because he kind of hopped into the end zone there and definitely still took that shot. Yeah, he woed up thinking he was into the end zone. He was about the 1-yard line when he took that pop. But Rangers go up 27-0.
There we
Pending
go.
the extra point here, we can make it 28.
Durago getting into the game, just
On cue.
on cue. Thanks, Coach.
Trying to see exactly where.
All right, and the kick is good. So that'll be 28-0 your score here in Roseville.
I believe that will get Durago on the board, and he will be tied for number 6 with Connor Johnson and a whole host of Rangers, ex-Ranger players for touchdowns in a season.
All right.
5 is the benchmark to get on there.
That was a low liner from Lubavitch.
Lubavitch has it all teed up, ready to kick this one back off. Again, Raiders seem to be playing the wind with their kick return coverage. I'm going to move my mic in close to my mouth here. Trying to play that kick coverage a little bit differently where they're playing the wind, so their better returner is upwind from the kick, and they will kick it back off right again.
And looks like, ooh,
some good coverage by the Rangers.
Looks like they almost wanted to run a reverse on that.
Landon Hall came down to stick him.
Yeah.
Stick him. All right, 1st and 10, and the Raiders will have their first drive of the half.
All right, and looks like everybody's still out there. We got Leo Meyer, Howie Johnson, Landon Hall.
It does look like
Tumakung
Tomikung has checked in out wide there.
Tumakung was playing in the first half, too.
Okay. Seems like our defensive backs kind of rotate.
Well, they were running an extra linebacker instead of having more corners out there because Roseville was not running as many wides.
Oh, there's that fullback dive.
Fumble.
Ball came out. They're going to say it was down. Howie Johnson thought he got on the fumble.
I was trying to give it the old
college try. You can see if that ball was out.
Yeah, he's down. He's well down. Nice try, though.
It's a good angle there on the replay.
Once again, great coverage of the video from Raiders Sports Network. Thanks again to them for allowing us to be in their booth.
Raider TV.
Raider TV. Okay, not Raiders Sports Network. Raider TV. Gotcha.
All right. 2nd down and 7 to go. Little takes a snap. Handoff Minor going left side.
Ooh,
has a few blocks.
Great run.
First down Raiders.
7?
That was about a yard. I'd say it's about 8. 8 in the first down.
And as we are going, that wind is getting stronger up top. So I will think that they will not be running too many over-the-top passing plays.
No, I would bet not.
Especially with Minor as your running back, I think you pretty much just got to...
The tough part is we have been keying on him all night.
Right.
He has not had a he's a good running back, and he's impressive when he has the ball in his hands, but he's not had an impressive night stat-wise as McPhee tries to tackle him for a loss.
Howie is going to want that one back.
Howie came in like a heat-seeking missile.
Yeah. He just missed Minor. That was going to be...
McPhee, if he could have just gotten a little bit farther outside to contain that, but
that was a great job by Minor. He just basically took one quick step. Howie had him almost dead to rights.
Yeah.
And Minor took one stutter step, and that 6 inches was all that he needed to be able to spin away from him.
Here we go on a 2nd down and 9. Little under center, takes the snap. Fullback give. No, it's still with Little. And he's going to be hammered by Howie Johnson and Hall.
Yep, Landon Hall.
Gain him a couple. It's going to make it 3rd down and 7 to go. 3rd and 7. Ball sits at the 41-yard line. Rangers looking for another stop, holding the Raiders scoreless so far in this one. Pitching a shutout. Rangers have scored on every single one of their drives so far tonight. Little under center, takes a snap, handoff Minor. Rangers defense
tackle.
there.
Great tackle. Who's that, Phil?
I believe that was
7.
Hunter
Hanegraaff. Great tackle there coming in off of his linebacker spot.
Mm-hmm. Raiders will punt. I would look for a fake. potentially.
Yeah, I mean,
You're down by 28.
tonight, I don't know if I'd be punting. Well, and especially since they already had almost 2 blocked. I don't know if I would be.
Let's see if Howie or Phil can get in and get another one. Snap. Howie trying. Punt high. McPhee back. Takes it the 10.
We could have a good
Returns
return
right.
set up here. Ooh, no.
Oh, and he just slips on the turf. That looked promising.
Yeah, the Raiders kind of converged on the right side.
It was a good 10-yard return there.
No, I thought that those 3 guys weren't going to be able to turn back inside, and I thought if Connor could break it towards the inside, we could have had a nice run set up.
Yeah, no, Connor. It was about a 15-yard return actually from
Still a good return.
what I saw. Better field position than it would have been if he would have fair caught it. Johnson on the speed option right side.
Oh,
Jurkovic has a
that
hole, and
could
he's
be
off to
gone.
the races across the 50. He's got one man to beat. 30,
Yeah,
20,
he's gone.
10. See you later.
Throw up the deuces.
Mac
There she goes. Mac
Diesel.
Diesel throwing up the deuces. So that's
It
about
is
80?
4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Rangers offensive scoring drives.
Great run. That'll throw up the deuces, and man, I don't have a lot of moving the chains. We've had some explosive plays that we just aren't moving the chains. We're getting some touchdowns.
We're getting downfield fast.
Boom, there goes the dynamite. Passes it to the man. Boom, there goes the dynamite.
Lubavitch on for the extra point, and it's good. So we'll tack that one on 35-0.
Yeah, I was a little afraid that Westman was going to try and get a little handsy out there on that block in the back, like he had his hand out trying to get on to the defender there, and like he's already by him. Just let him go. Let him go.
It's so hard
Diesel
to
was
not
already-
get insanely excited yelling on plays
Right.
like that. I'm like, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Rangers.
And Diesel throws up the deuces.
Mac Diesel. Trying to stay quiet.
It's like a Howard Cronkite broadcast. And that's the way it is. Sorry.
I feel like it's
I
past.
aged myself.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was all about, so we're just going to move right past that.
Yeah. Cronkite was before Brokaw.
Who's Brokaw?
Dan Brokaw?
Yeah.
A news broadcaster when you were a kid.
All right, sounds good. What channel?
I believe he was CBS.
Okay. All right. No, I feel like I'm up late in my room after my bedtime trying to announce a game, and my mom told me to go to bed already. Kickoff down to the 20-yard line, taking up the left side of the field there, and Rangers converge very quickly. We out of bounds at 25, and that's where the Raiders will set up shop. And the Ranger defense comes onto the field. We'll see how many of the starters stay on at this point. I do see Howie coming on. I see McPhee. Lashinsky. It looks like most of the starting team is on. So I would bet that this is the series that we start rotating in throughout. But then again, B-Scout might want this as an absolute pummeling to build some confidence going into the playoffs.
Well, there is also the point differential
for seeding.
Seeding.
So yeah, it might be to our best interest to keep everybody in as long as possible.
Tackle for a loss there.
McPhee finally takes him out of bounds. Minor is gonna lose 5 on the play.
See, and that's one thing. Minor is shifty, but this Forest Lake defense is really great at containing the edge and crashing those backs.
Stiff arms. Holy cow.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you're going to run to the outside like that, you're going to take those losses, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 2nd and 15. Now you got a much harder spot for yourself, and you can't run that. You can't run that again because you're going to be 3rd and 25.
Well, that one looked like it was probably a C-gap type run there for him, and he tried to bounce it outside. As now the Raiders try and throw balls on the ground. And I think the Raiders got back on it. Howie punched it right back to Little, I believe, on the play. Little was looking to throw on 3rd down or 2nd down. They'll lose a few more. Now we got a third.
That
third
was
long.
Nate Schleif and Phil coming in.
Trying to see who got their hand on the ball and knock it out there.
I think that was Phil.
We'll get a good angle of it here in a second. Here we go. Phil just came off the outside. Yeah, it was Phil. Phil's contact, jarred it loose.
All right, so we're at 3rd and a country mile, 3rd and 17.
Little under center. Minor the only back, except for the fullback who they handed off to, and he picks up almost 10 yards on the play.
Which will not be enough.
It will not. So they will either have to go for it on 4th down deep in their own territory at this point or punt.
I'm going to say
it looks like Little wants to punt.
I'm going to say that they are going to punt.
And they are going to punt. So now if the Rangers send some heat, we're again in a situation that you could block one and run it into the end zone. How many times has that happened? 2 block punts for touchdowns?
I don't know. I don't think I've seen too many in my lifetime, 2 block punts.
This also sets McPhee up with a fantastic chance at a return here.
Yeah, and the wind is
howling right now.
Whistling.
Little will punt. High snap.
Almost
Nearly blocked
blocked.
again. McPhee, fair catches.
And that's the problem.
That's the win,
yep.
But I think McPhee got on it. McPhee wrestled it away and avoids chaos.
Wow.
You know,
I can't believe he got that back. Wow.
McPhee was a wrestler in his youth, so that's a little bit of that wrestler aggression there coming in. The ball did get underneath him.
Yeah, it got underneath him, and McPhee
I thought he just straight up tore it out of his hands.
Yeah, that was
But yeah, that
was a fortuitous little squirt of the ball underneath the player, because if
that's not McPhee's fault as much as it is just hard fielding a punt.
Yeah, I mean
the wind is straight line right now.
So like when you're catching that ball, you're judging Johnson up
It's
the
not
middle.
Johnson. It is Niall Lazat. Lasizik?
Niall Lachak. Stefan Lachak's brother. Maybe.
Lazchek.
Lachak. Stefan Lachak. Center.
Oh.
So, not
Brother,
sure of the
cousin,
relation.
something?
Cousin,
Maybe.
brother.
Could be completely unrelated and a very large coincidence. But Lachak.
Actually, that was Jack Thill, wasn't it? Wasn't it number 1?
No, it's 12.
Okay.
And that was a
11.
carry up the middle.
11.
So now it's Bo Anderson.
Okay.
So maybe we're just rotating quarterbacks here.
You know what? Maybe they're running in. Maybe they're running in the quarter. Each quarterback is given a play, and he's running it in, rather than doing hand signals.
Oh, that might be. Yeah, because now Connor Johnson back on the field. 1st and 10. Takes a snap, handoff. Westman going right side.
A lot of room outside.
Stays on his feet. Boy, he is a wily runner. He's going to be tied up and taken down about a yard short of the 1st down.
It's going to be good for about 9.
Westman reminds me a lot of. Do you remember coming to games when Caleb was playing, you remember the style of running that Sikora had when he had the ball? Mm-hmm. He's very Sikora-esque with the football. 2nd down and 2 to go. Johnson takes a snap, handoff to Rago up the middle, has a couple of blocks and a hole. He's going to jump forward for a 1st down and a gain of 5.
And that's Durago just taking those hard yards again. That's his. Those are his money makers. The blocks and the hard yards. That's. So
Connor's now stayed in for 3 straight plays. Very curious what the idea as far as quarterback stuff is. Jerkovich on the pitch, keeps his feet moving.
He's going to get about 9 again. Maybe.
I don't like that play at this point in the game because it's basically giving your quarterback a free shot to get hit, and he took a shot on that play.
Yeah, I would like to see.
We're going to want Connor for the playoffs.
I would like to see less of those hits on our quarterback. Yes, for sure.
Johnson from the pistol. Jerkovich next to him to the left, sends Westman in motion. Now handoff to Rago. Through a hole.
Stays on his feet.
If he could have kept his balance, I think he's got a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, he stayed on his feet and got an extra 8 yards through there.
Lots of stumbling on this field tonight. I believe this field is relatively new. Roseville was one of the first teams in the district to ever have turf.
Yeah, Roseville got away with a trip there.
But I believe that this is relatively new field.
Yeah, this does look new than the last time that we were here.
Johnson pitched to Westman right side. He's got blocks. He's at the 5, cuts back, pulls over a man, and he's in. Touchdown, Rangers.
All right, so that's Westman's.
That's his second touchdown of the night. But
and that's probably going to put him in the actually, no, that was his second touchdown of the night and his only 2 of the season, correct?
You had somebody like your joke. It's beyond me, over my head.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm glad somebody out there got my older humor.
Good. Westman he deserves to get in the end zone more than a few times this year. That's potentially his first rushing touchdown of the season as well.
Yeah.
So
probably.
Westman's, now that I'm thinking about it, it has been a lot of Westman having really good yardage games.
Yes.
And just not finding pay dirt.
Well, he had 2 called back.
That's true. Yep.
He kind of has the Ty Chandler.
Yeah.
Ty Chandler luck.
Yeah.
Where Ty Chandler on the Vikings, anytime he has a run over 15 yards, it's instantly holding.
Yeah.
Refs got something against him. Refs are always playing against Ty Chandler in their fantasy league.
Probably. So the Rangers, again now, is it 5 for 5 on the night? Offensive drives ending in touchdowns?
Yes, I believe so.
This is a fantastic little tune-up game heading into sections.
And one thing that I can say is the defense has been Ooh, this could be good tackle.
What a hit.
Good tackle. That looked like it could have been a problem for a second there. He had a lane up the middle, but it closed quickly, and I think that was Landon Hall that made that tackle.
I believe so. All right, so here we go. We got some. We're gonna have to dig the rosters out now. The defense is starting to change up. Howie Johnson and Schleif are no longer in the game. We got A.J. Wiley.
A.J. Wiley, yep. One guy I was looking for, and probably Adrian Irish, number 95.
And then is at 30. I'm trying to see. Maybe, no, Dagerstrom is out there, a linebacker. We got a new DN in here. Handoff to Minor, stiff arm to Tumakung, and then is taken out of bounds by a couple of Rangers. Hall and Lashinsky on the tackle.
Sawyer McCann checking in for the game. The first time we've called his name. He was in on the outside there.
Derek Loomis also in. That's
Yep.
one of the ones I was looking at.
Adrian Irish, yes. So Adrian Irish and AJ Wiley. I would look to see what they're going to do, because I think we're going to see them in the playoffs this season if we have to run a 4-man front again. I don't think they're going to run Stefan Lachak.
Ball on the
both ways.
ground. Little picks it up. He's running the wrong way, and the Rangers get him out of bounds.
Tamakung gets credit for the tackle, pushes him out of bounds.
Loss of 4 on the play. That'll be 1 yard farther back than the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd and long. And the second string boys coming in and making their presence felt. They've been in the backfield.
Absolutely. And early in the season, AJ Wiley and Andrew Johnson, Adrian Irish, all, and Cubis Jr., all kind of came in and were rotating until they...
Little keeps it getting. Tamakun comes up and just makes a hit there.
Yeah,
that was Tamakun coming downhill and not being afraid of some contact.
Yeah, they were kind of searching for that down lineman, and then they kind of settled that it was Andrew Johnson, and he's played really, really well. And AJ Wiley did play well as well. However, Johnson, it just seemed like, had a little bit more push up the middle, and was able to stuff the run plays a little bit better up the middle. So, but it's really, really impressive to see that you got 4 or 5 guys that can come in, handle your defensive line, and still have that same kind of pressure, still have that run first mentality that they're, hey, we're not going to give you the easy ones, and that's a huge plus for this team. And going forward, I mean, looking at it, you got Andrew Johnson, who's a sophomore. You got Adrian Irish, who's a junior. AJ Wiley's a junior. Nate Schleif is also a junior. Howie Johnson is a junior. So all these guys are going to be coming back next year. And then hopefully we'll see some more of those guys that you were talking about last night. What was it, Tuesday that you saw them play?
Yeah, and they got
10th grade.
I think that there's a game on Monday night out at Ranger Field. Which, if you got nothing going on Monday night, let's pack the stands for the underclassmen.
Yeah.
Raiders will punt, end over end low kick. McPhee, I think, is going to run up on it, and he's going to let it go.
Yeah. Smart play.
Ranger offense will take over at the 31, and we'll get a glimpse of some of our younger, up-and-coming offensive players here.
Also, are we in the running clock factor?
I believe so. At this
point,
isn't it
5? I think it's 5 touchdowns, right?
It's something
continuous running clock after 5 touchdowns in the second half, something like that?
Yeah. Bo Anderson checks in at quarterback for the Rangers. And now we got to dig into our rosters because we got players that we've never even heard of before on the field. Rangers run it out left. That was number 84, Blake Silverhouse. On the carry. Takes it forward for a couple. Solid run. Like the number. It's my number in high school.
All right, and let's check in here. We got Tristan Bowden. Looks like he's playing center.
Drew Manning comes in at running back, which we've seen.
Oh, no,
Drew
Tristan
before.
Bowden's the center. It's kind of hard to see.
Bo Anderson, hands off. We got 86, August Terlizzo on the carry.
So 62, Ian Asplund is the center. 56, Tristan Bowden is the right guard, and I saw Tanner Lipinski. A freshman out there on the right tackle, it looks like.
Bo, hands off, up the middle. Manning gets bottled up. Nothing doing there for Drew, and that'll be 4th down and about 2 to go. We'll see what the call is. I kind of like the idea to go for it here.
I do too. Get the young guys let's see what we got for push. I mean, Roseville is still playing a lot of their starters, so it's a good test for the young guys.
Rangers go for it. Bo sends Silverhouse in motion. Bo drops the ball. Is able to get back on it. But that play will go nowhere for a loss. And now the defense comes up and the streak is snapped.
Yeah.
6 straight touchdowns.
Yeah, you gotta get a handle on that ball. That was a good snap. That was not a problem with the snap, unless he didn't expect to get it at that time. Unless the timing was off.
So now we got to dig into the roster on both sides because, never mind. I thought they were putting a different quarterback in. The Raiders will keep their offense on the field. I do have a new running back checked in the backfield.
I think they want to score one. I think they're going to keep them in until they score, if they score.
Little pitches. Nothing doing. Ranger Wrecking Crew 2.0 stops him at the line. Carry was Brady Bell, which we've not called his name much at all tonight. We were told before the game that he would be somebody to get the ball more than a few times.
That's Landon Hall and Tony Klesk, along with Tommy Cubis Jr.
This would be huge for the Ranger defense if they were able to stop him in 4 downs again.
Yeah, get a huge stop with the backups in would be a huge
confidence boost.
Yeah. All right.
2nd down, 10 to go. Same formation for the Raiders.
You know, one thing I will say about the windows here, it is
fullback dive, nothing doing. Landon Hall's there.
The reflection on the windows is much different from just because of the angle. These ones are straight up and down, where in our booth they're tilted a little bit. Definitely different.
Yeah. Agreed. 3rd down and 9 to go.
All right. Well, looks like A.J. Wiley and Tommy Cubis Jr. Are coming up big. They've definitely been winning their battles.
Little under center, I formation. Takes a snap, drops to pass. Good play action. Rolls left, has a receiver wide open. Caught 20, cuts back to the 10. He's folded there by a couple of Ranger defenders. And now the Raiders are in the red zone, which they've been once more tonight, but they still have not scored.
Yeah, that was a great play fake.
His play action
everybody
game
bid
is
on
crazy.
that. And everybody bid on that, and Landon Hall, the linebacker, was not kind of bid in and then figured out that he was a little late and got back out there. But
that play action ball fake is very, very well done by Roseville. 1st down and 10, ball on the 11. Little under center, takes a snap, handoff. Nothing doing. Rangers with a big stop on 1st down.
Yeah, that's just a whole lot of linemen making some plays there. You can't really pick one out because that's just 1 yard and a
cloud of dust. I gotta get some binoculars to just go in the gear bag.
Yeah,
this would be nice.
This is a little
Yeah, I think I'd put my rangefinder in the car for this reason, in case I forgot the binoculars again. And I think I left it in the center console of the truck.
One thing that would be a problem is the reflection would be problematic for binoculars, though.
Yeah, it's true. Little under center, takes a snap. Play action again, being chased by Hall. Throws Tamakung there to stop him at the 5. So that play action play has worked for him twice. Tamakung coming up with a big tackle.
Third and 4? Third and 3?
3, it looks like. 4:25 left in the game. The run has not been the friend of the Raiders, but I don't know if they have enough space to run that play fake again.
And it looks like the Raiders can get a first down here without getting a touchdown. Looks like it has to get to about the 2-yard line for a first down.
Mm-hmm. We're ball's on the 4. They got 3 to go. Little under center. Takes a snap. Pitch out to Bell, trying to get to the outside, and he's got it. Touchdown, Raiders.
Touchdown, Raiders. Well, it was going to happen.
The shutout would have been nice.
Shutout would have been nice, but you know what's better? You know what's better than a shutout? A whole bunch of young kids getting to play.
That's true. That's true.
You know what
I
also?
will say the one thing I feel bad about with that touchdown, though, is the fact that it was not Minor.
Yeah.
Because Minor has had to put up with a lot of crap tonight.
Yeah. I mean, this
to be held out of the
Ranger
end zone
Wrecking
there.
Crew has held Minor to a lot of runs that are either 7 yards and he's getting pushed out, or they're 7 yards deep and he's getting tackled for a 7-yard loss. So, like, his numbers are not going to look great just because he's had a number of tackles for loss, because the linebackers have had great pursuit and great contain, and been able to stop him for losses of 5, 6, 7 yards, which, really cut into his total yardage.
Trying to see if either team is playing had any stats available right now.
So let's talk about the playoffs here. So,
well, let me go through this quick, because we have a ton of games that are final from being played earlier, and these all have influence on how we end up getting seeded.
all right. So let's hear it.
Shakopee over Blaine 29-20. Lakeville North over Burnsville 42-0.
Lakeville North has just been rolling lately.
Egan bounces back this week 34-7 over Eastview. White Bear Lake over Osseo 21-17. Lakeville South over Champlain Park 20-13. Maple Grove takes it to Minnetonka 31-21. That's where Caleb was earlier today. Mounds View takes it to STMA 37-0. Prior Lake over Buffalo 23-0. Farmington over Coon Rapids 48-6.
And that's a kickoff, and looks like that's going to go out of bounds. So that's going to be back to the 35-yard line.
Eden Prairie over Woodbury 42-13. East Ridge over Rochester Mayo. That's another MNHS network game. Centennial currently beating Rosemount 14-7. Forest Lake currently over Roseville 42-7. And Stillwater beating Park Cottage Grove 24-6.
Okay, so let's talk seeding a little bit. Let's talk. So, isn't there a 1 week bye in between the playoffs?
No, I believe we turn around and play our first playoff game next week.
Okay,
But I think with a big win here, the Rangers have a very good chance of having 1 to 2, for sure
home
one,
games.
but 2 home games in the playoffs.
I mean, the second one will kind of be determinant on who wins, who
Yep.
loses. You put up a 7-2 record, and so Maple Grove looks like they are going to go undefeated.
Yeah, is that
Maple Grove was
where did I have the schedule? I had the rankings up.
all right.
Rangers
run up the
continue
middle.
plowing forward here. Oh, who were we talking about there?
Maple Grove.
Maple Grove, yeah. Maple Grove did beat Minnetonka, so they do go 8-0.
So they'll be their
They're
top seed.
7-0,
Well, actually,
8-0.
Lakeville North that's going to be. Well, isn't it the bracket system though? So doesn't Maple Grove and Lakeville North, don't they get split into brackets?
I believe so. I forgot exactly how that tournament works. I wonder if there's any updates on.
Well, anyways, so Forest Lake is probably going to have at least one home game, and then possibly, depending on who wins, who loses, possibly a second, and then the third will be at a neutral site if in fact they were to get that far. So it's neutral game and then the state championships, correct? So
That is, I believe, how it works. Class 6A. Manning able to get on the fumble and will be taken down. Decent loss. Rangers will come on to punt. It's the first time the Rangers have had to punt all night.
That's a dangerous pitch there. We got to work on that. Bo Anderson, yeah, that was kind of a fling pitch rather than a toss pitch, so it had a weird spin on it. When you're taking that pitch, if it has a weird spin on it like that, it's a lot harder to catch.
Forest Lake able to get the punt off. Beauty punt.
Wow, that's a low
by
liner.
Lubovich. Fielded at about the 19, taken to the right side by the Raiders and pushed out of bounds at the 28.
Well, I will say, great job on special teams. Mason Vollrath, senior, still in there playing special teams, going down there, hustling down there for an offensive lineman. Good job. Good job. Up 42-7 and still hustling. Great to see it. Gotta love it. This Forest Lake program has been turned around by Coach Brad Beeskow as far as the work ethic and just next man up mentality.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've been a huge fan of Brad Beeskow as far as just, hey, you know what? We have a really good running back. We're not going to run him into the ground. We're not going to run him 40 times a game. He's not going to touch the ball. No, we got Westman out there. We got Durago. We got Jerkovich. We got Westman. We got Raffield. We got a whole host of guys, and he does a great job at spreading the ball out. So it is harder for that one player just to look like he's the absolute, beast on offense. But I think as far as with the talent that we have, it makes each guy better, especially just because they have a specific role that they can play.
Yeah, unfortunately, currently we do not have a bracket made up, but I'm sure by the end of the weekend we will find out our seeding and who we're playing.
Right, but I mean, basically, I was just looking at the shape of the brackets, and it looks like because 6AA Metro has the maroon and gold divisions, so you're gonna have the top two teams probably be the number one spots in each one of those side brackets, and then you're gonna have the other teams
work its way
in. So we're probably gonna be in that third or fourth spot in the bracket, probably.
Yeah, especially if the rankings have anything to,
which they do.
If they what am I saying? If they predict
Right.
well, that a
So
little bit more, I think
so how the power rankings go, from what I've heard in the past, is all of the head coaches basically they poll all of them, and that's how the power rankings work. That's how the brackets work. So once every coach weighs in, that's kind of like they look at the brackets, they look at the teams that they've played, and then they weigh in and split it. And I can't imagine that any coaches looking at this Forest Lake team the last 3 weeks would put us anything lower than third in the bracket.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, especially the past couple of weeks, just the way that they've been playing, it's lights out.
Yeah. I mean, and playing good teams. I mean, they played Stillwater. They played
we're 2-0 in ranked matchups. So, yeah, no, I fully agree with you that anything less than that would be, I mean, they're putting us on blast at that point. It's time to mount up and
one thing that I would say is one team that I think is going to do better than a lot of people think. That Mounds View squad was a solid squad. If they can,
I think we see them in the playoffs.
I think we see them in the playoffs, and they've been playing really well. If they can get their penalties under wraps that they had, it's a huge difference on teams. And Mounds View in the past has not been in the playoff contentions and being talked about in the playoffs. But this year, I think they could make some noise too. They're kind of like the Forest Lake team. They're really kind of turning it on late part of the season. So.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I think we got to pack up here quick. So we will
once again
be back with you next week. Thank you to the Raider TV for giving us a live stream to use for you guys. And we'll be back on Lakes Area TV here shortly within the coming week and playing some playoff football here in Minnesota.
All right, we will see you next week.
Thank you for watching, everybody.